Yo, VIP, let's kick it.
Ice, ice, baby. Ice, ice, baby.
All right, stop, collaborate and listen. Ice is back with my brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me tightly, flow like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll glow to the extreme. I rock a mic like a vandal, light up a stage and wax a chum like a candle. Dance, go rush the speaker that booms. I'm killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom daily. When I play a dope melody, anything less than the best is a felony. Love it or leave it. You better gangway, you better hit bullseye. The kid don't play. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it.
Ice, ice, baby.
Vanilla.
Ice, ice, baby.
Vanilla ice.
Ice, ice, baby.
Vanilla ice.
Ice, ice, baby.
Yeah. Now that the party is jumping with the bass kicked in and the Vegas are pumping, quick to the point, no faking. Cooking MCs like a pound of bacon, burning them if you ain't quick and nimble. I go crazy when I hear a cymbal and a hi-hat with a souped up tempo. I'm on a roll, it's time to go solo. Rolling in my 5.0 with the rag top down so my hair can blow. The girl is on standby, waving just to say hi. Did you stop? No, I just drove by, kept on pursuing to the next stop. I busted a left and I'm heading to the next block. The block was dead, yo, so I continued to A1A.
Beachfront Avenue.
Girls were hot, wearing less than bikinis. Rock man lovers driving Lamborghinis. Jealous, cause I'm out getting mine. Shade with a gauge and vanilla with a 9. Ready for the chumps on the wall. The chumps acting ill because they're full of 8-ball. Gunshots ranged out like a bell. I grabbed my 9, all I heard was shells falling on the concrete real fast. Jumped in my car, slammed on the gas. Bumper to bumper, the avenue's packed. I'm trying to get away before the jackers jack. Police on the scene, you know what I mean. They passed me up, confronted all the dope fiends. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it.
Ice, ice, baby.
Vanilla,
Ice, ice, baby.
vanilla ice,
Ice, baby.
vanilla ice,
Ice, baby.
vanilla. Take heed, cause I'm a lyrical poet. Miami's on the scene, just in case you didn't know it. My town that created all the bass sound, enough to shake and kick holes in the ground. Cause my style's like a chemical spill. These are rhymes you can vision and feel. Conducted and formed, this is a hell of a concept. We make it hype and you wanna step. With this shade plays on the fade. Slice like a ninja, cut like a razor blade. So fast, other DJs say, damn, if rhyme was a drug, I'd sell it by the gram. Keep my composure when it's time to get loose. Magnetized by the mic while I kick my juice. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while DJ revolves it all. Vanilla ice, vanilla ice, vanilla ice, vanilla.
right, everybody. What's up? What's up? What's up? What is happening? It is Wednesday. It is 7 o'clock. So you know what time it is. It is King's Court time, episode 3. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody who's watching later on. Thank you for checking out King's Court once again. Like I said in the past, this is only my 3rd episode, so if we have some technical difficulties, you know why. I got some nice things going here tonight, and we're bringing in a very special guest, a good friend of mine. I'm sure you've seen the thumbnail, and my man is a YouTube legend in the audio equipment game, and if he doesn't know, if you need a question answered about a speaker or a mixer or anything in our industry, this is the man that you want to have in your back pocket. So we'll be bringing him on here in a few minutes. I got a bunch of fun questions to ask him, and it should be a fun show. Not a whole lot happened this week in the DJ world, at least not that I saw. So I didn't find too many things to go over or too many people to roast. So we'll be asking my guests a few funny questions too that'll hopefully get some laughs out there. And I don't know if we're going to be doing too much roasting tonight, but it is what it is. So, all right, man, say what's up in those comments. Big man's in the house. Thank you for showing up, my man. Appreciate you. Yeah, let me know in the comments. Make sure the sound is good. Everything sounds good, looks good. All that jazz. Like I said, I'm still getting used to this live stream thing. And I want to make sure everything is good to go, especially before we bring on my guest. Big man, how was your week, man? How was your week? What gigs you got coming up? I got a wedding coming up this Saturday. I'm a little nervous for just because it has a lot of moving parts. So this wedding, I'm going to have to do the ceremony. So the ceremony starts at 5 o'clock. And so I'll have to have a speaker and 2 microphones for that, and which is no problem. And then it moves from there to a cocktail hour outside of the venue. So I'll have to move my speaker from ceremony to the cocktail hour space and then load up a playlist for their cocktail hour. And then once cocktail hour is done, I got to go inside the venue, and they have two main rooms in the venue. So there's like a main room where they're going to be having dinner, their formalities, their first dance, the grand introductions, the mother-son, father-daughter dance, all that stuff is going to be in the main ballroom. But my DJ equipment is going to be in an addition they added to the main ballroom in the back. And that's where the reception, party is going to be. So all my DJ gear is going to be back there. So I'm going to have to move my ceremony speaker from the ceremony to the cocktail hour, and then from the cocktail hour inside to the dinner portion. And then I'm going to do a wireless XLR from my eVerse 8 to my eVerse 12. And I'll have both of those inside the dinner room. And I'll use that for the introductions and first dance and all that stuff. And then once all the formalities and all that's over with, then we'll be going to the reception area, that where my actual DJ setup is, and that's where we'll be doing the party. So like I said, man, it's a lot of moving parts, so I'm a little nervous, but I'm sure everything will be fine. I have, top-notch equipment, and everything should work good. And I explained to the bride and groom how much maneuvering I was going to have to be doing. So hopefully they will be, they will be understanding, and everything will work great, like it always does. Why? Because I'm a professional. That's why. Big man, I had 3 gigs this past weekend and 2 gigs this weekend. Man, you are busy, my man. You don't play around. Yeah, I try not to do more than 1 gig per weekend, but this weekend I got a wedding on Saturday, and then next weekend I got a Friday-Saturday wedding. Wedding on Friday and wedding on Saturday. So I'm going to be super busy next weekend. And that's why I moved this show to Wednesday nights, because just so busy. A lot of DJs are busy on Fridays, but I really enjoy doing that first one on a Friday night, man. I really want to go back to that. I just like it being on the weekend and being able to, sip a little something over here on the side and relax, and cut up with you guys. But yeah, we're just so busy on the weekend, so I don't know. Maybe one day I'll move it back to Fridays. We'll just have to see. All right, man. Just giving it a little more time here. See if anybody else jumps into the live chat. All right, big man. I put the Exoton speakers to the test this weekend. They held up very well. Awesome, dude. Awesome. Yeah. So you used them for all 3 gigs you had? What were the gigs? Were they weddings, birthday parties? What kind of events were they? All right. Yeah, we got another couple minutes, and then I'll get into a couple little things I wanted to talk about before we bring on our guest. It should be quick. Let's just go ahead and move into that. All righty. Desktop share. So one thing I wanted to talk about, here I was today feeling sorry for myself, saying like, man, I got to get more videos out. And look at this. My man, DJ Daryl Bennett. My man's got 15,000 subscribers. And look at this. In the last 7 days, he's pumped out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos in the last 7 days. Crazy talk, man. This guy is lighting the world on fire. So yeah, if you're not subscribed to this guy, man, check him out. Obviously, he's got a ton of reviews here on the on lighting. But one video he did come out with that I wanted to check out with you guys is this one here, the best-selling.
So Hunter just dropped
DJ
a new
booth.
DJ booth release, the Hump.
According to him. Let's go to theater mode so y'all can see it better. So what do you guys think about this Humpter B3? And now it looks like they're coming out with a Mark II version. So I originally looked at this booth until I saw the price. It's almost like, I think it's like $3,000. Let's see. Let me click this link here. Let's check this out. Yeah, $25.49. Then by the time you pay shipping, and look at here, save $35.50 or $34.50. So it really should be. Look at this. It should be $6,000. $6,000 for a table. It doesn't even come with the TV, by the way, or maybe it does. I don't know. But even if it does, I mean, hell, you could buy a 55-inch TV at Costco for $300. Either way, all I know is I ain't paying no $3,000 for a damn table. I do know that. So, anyways, let's see what this Mark II version's got in store here.
B3 Make 2. We're going to go over that in today's video.
Kevin Sounds in the house. What up, Kevin? Thanks for joining, my man.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Daryl here, welcome to the channel. I still think I can lay claim to the world's most viewed Humpter B3 video. A video that got like 6 million views on Instagram. So I feel like I had to
Wait a minute. Did this dude just say he got 6 million views on Instagram by just setting up a DJ booth? Why am I wasting my time on YouTube? 6 million views on Instagram? There's that many people on Instagram that want to watch an old DJ set up a DJ booth? What am I doing with my life?
This newest release.
Uh-oh, Benny's in the house. What up, Benny? Thank you for joining, my man. Thank you. We'll be bringing on my guest here in just a minute, but we're checking out a couple videos. About 15 minutes, we're going to bring in Robin from Expert Island, but we're checking out a couple of videos here just because I noticed them this past week.
Release the Make 2. Yeah, I've been using the Humpter B3 for about 18 months now, and
all right, let's look at his setup. So he's got the Humpter, he's got the RCF Evox 12s, which are a 15-inch subwoofer, and I forget what the size of the speakers are in the top. I don't own that one. One of the few column arrays I don't own, but yeah, man, that's a nice looking setup. He's got the both lighting tubes set up around his DJ booth. And he's got a couple of battery-powered moving heads, which is so awesome. Look at that. No wires anywhere. Super clean setup. Very professional. Looks great.
It's been solid. So I'm curious at like what new features this new one might have. So let's go into it together. And just a quick recap of what makes the Make 1 so wonderful.
Hey, DJ J-Tech in the house. Hey, DJ James King. Glad this is on. Make the shutdown a little more tolerable. What shutdown you talking about, bro? This ain't COVID. What's going on, bro? Government shutdown? Are we talking about that? All right.
Wonderful. It's a DJ booth that you can use with a TV or without one. It's collapsible. It can fit in the back of a mid-size SUV. It's got a large work surface, so it can accommodate just about any DJ setup.
Now that's pretty nice. Look at that. That booth accommodates a 2 Rain 12s and a Rain 72, which I actually have that set up right to my left right here. But yeah, man, that's a nice size table.
Whether you're using 12-inch turntables with a mixer or just a simple controller, it's great. It's not the cheapest, but it looks great. And so I've been a fan. So the Make 2, it looks like they take upon that concept and they just add some minor adjustments. It basically looks like they're adding a power strip at the bottom, and that does not look like US.
Okay. $3,000 table, and their big Mark II version adds a power strip. Well, thank you so much for that $50 power or $40 power strip.
That's a power. That looks like
nice.
European power, because
Nice
they
of
are a
them.
Polish company. So I think Europe, they get some of these upgrades before we do in the States. But that's pretty nice. Yeah, it comes with this power strip and an Insta360 camera mount. This is definitely my favorite way to display an Insta360 camera at my events. I made a reel demoing this adapter. I happen to have it on my desk still. It came in a 3-pack, but I only use one. So I'll have a link in the description below if you want this same adapter so you can mount your Insta360 camera onto your booth. Let's take a look at their video. See if there's anything else.
Oh, that's cool. It has a little power,
power
thing
strip.
for PowerCon in.
The camera mount.
How many of y'all use an Insta360 camera? I have an Insta360 Mark II, I think it is. I've never used it, never once. It's just so easy for me to just pull out my phone and record something like quick. I don't know. I haven't got into the Insta360 game yet. Plus, see, my phone is Apple. My computer's Apple. I can airdrop everything super fast. All my videos, it all syncs up together. I hate having to have another ecosystem where I got to divert it or change the files or mix it to this or that. I can't stand all that.
No, it looks like that's it. Definitely some features to be excited about if you were wanting to get a Hunter B3 for the first
Yeah, you can see how excited he is. He's real excited.
time, but really not enough to warrant upgrading your Hunter B3 if you currently have one. And as far as I can tell, it's not for sale anywhere in the States. I got mine from Hollywood DJ. They have pretty good deals and sales, so I'll have a link in the description below where you can get one from them. That's all I have in this video. Goodbye.
Okay, so their big upgrades are a power strip and a mount for a camera that not everyone even uses. So that's interesting. But again, $3,000 for a DJ table. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Here we go again for the, this is where you can get it. Hollywood DJ. Have you guys ever bought anything from them? I've never used Hollywood DJ. I guess that's like the California version of, I use iDJ now, which is the company in New York. So I'm guessing, this is their, California counterparts. But I don't know anybody from there, any salespeople or anything. But yeah, this table it's just a glorified table. So the one I use is the Pro X Mesa booth. It's about $600. I mean, it has a TV mount that you can put a TV on the front of it. And it just has a scrim that goes around it. So with zippers, and you can unzip the front of it, mount the TV on the front, zip it back up. And it looks clean. It looks professional. It looks good. And it was $600. I don't know. And even at $600, I was like, dude, this is just a freaking table. Like, I was still kind of like not happy about paying that much, but it is what it is. La Rocas Entertainment's in the house. What up, man? Thank you, bro. Thank you for joining tonight. We're going to bring on my guest here in about 8 minutes. So we're just shooting the shit before he gets on. Kevin Sounds on us. Oh, let me go to the chat screen. There we go. Honestly, just build one yourself. If you're going to go this route, you'll spend 1/10 of the price. Yeah. So that's also what I opted to do. I built my Big Bertha booth, like what Rick Webb calls his. It's actually a receptionist desk off of Amazon. I got for $300, and I added a bottom shelf. I added the casters, and then I screwed in and mounted my laptop stand. And man, it looks great and it works great. And it cost me all in all probably about $500 with all of the, you know, the wood and the paint. And I hung a curtain on the outside of it. Y'all can check it out. I have a video on it if you want to. You know what? Why would I this is my channel. Why would I not show it, right? Why would I not just show you guys what I'm talking about? It was actually one of the first videos I posted. All right, back to screen share. Here we go. My channel. Looky there. Look at that handsome man. Best custom DJ booth right here. Let's critique.
Today I am super excited to be bringing to you the third video in my living room setup series. So if you haven't seen the other two videos, after this video, go check them out. The first video was on my most portable setup that I use for a lot of backyard parties and small gatherings. My second video was my intermediate setup, which I would use for weddings in the smaller category.
James.
And this setup right here is my big boy, beautiful top of the line setup that I cannot wait to actually get out there on the road and put them into some venues and
let's go to the B-roll.
Let's go.
Look at that. Now, well, it sounds weird because I haven't sped up the music, but yeah, look at that. I mean, $3,000 for a Humpter, or how about like $400 to $500 for this? Like I said, you can buy this reception desk on Amazon for $300. And then, of course, I added some casters. I added a 6-inch board under here, and I screwed it together so it can block the wheels. You know, you add some both lighting cans. You add some nice speakers. These are the Icoa 12-inch tops. Heavy as hell, but man, they sound good. They look good. Get you a nice scrim on your stands. And boom, you look professional. Without paying $3,000. Here's my homemade gig bar. So I basically took the normal gig bar. I took all the lights off and I added 4 IR4s from both lighting. And I love it because they can synchronize with my uplights around the room and works perfectly. Here you can see behind the booth, and you can see, there you go. There's my Rain 12s and a Rain 72. It all fits on there good.
All right, guys. So first up, like in all 3 videos, we're gonna.
So
it's just a matter.
There's the booth. So I even added I added some monitor speakers right here. I added a little headphone clip, you know, and then like I said, I added a curtain that slides in behind here that blocks all the wires and all the other stuff. And then I added a little rack. Oops, let's see. Here we go. Back it up. Where is it? Right there. Oh, why is it jumping? There we go. I added a little rack, and right there in the rack is my microphones, the antennas, 2 drawers, a little power conditioner. Awesome.
We're going with speakers. Now, for this,
my internet.
I tossed and turned between column arrays.
That's one thing too, guys. Like, we're having a massive wind storm and like all kinds of stuff here. Not storm, but like wind and like cold air is blowing in. So I hope the power doesn't go out tonight. Anyway, let's go back to the chat. Let's scroll up here a little bit. Jack says, like the stream. Everybody hit that like button for me, please. So this gets shared and gets more engagement. Thank you, Jackson, my man, my monitor. What is it called? The guy who looks after the chat. Moderator. There we go. Kevin Sound says, I used the Rockville one. It was like $250. Yeah, the Rockville one's like the Pro X one. It's I like the Pro X one a little bit better. It's a little bit nicer in my opinion. The Rockville one's a little bit you know, it looks good as well, but yeah, that one works great. Benny Malinado. I bought a soft case for my FLX10 from Hollywood. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So how did your experience go with them? Were they good guys? Kevin Sounds, that looks really good, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I was looking at all those high-end DJ booths, and I was just like, dude, I can't spend $3,000. I mean, even my Danny Max, because, you know, that's the other thing. My Danny Max booth that I use at most weddings, that was $3,000. And I'm like, I'm not paying another $3,000. No, not happening. Benny, how do you move that desk? It looks really nice. So I put 4-inch casters on the bottom of that thing, and it rolls like a dream, bro. It rolls like a dream. I can literally roll that anywhere, like right up onto my trailer, And the only thing is I have to make sure when I get to a venue that there's no stairs or nothing crazy. Like it has to, you know, I have to be able to roll it into the venue because it is heavy. I ain't gonna lie. That mug is heavy. Ain't nobody picking that thing up. DJJ Tech, when I don't use the Humpter B3 in black, which I honestly tried canceling order, but it was too late. I use the black matte 80J event table with the headliner TV mount and it works just as good. Awesome, bro. Yeah, exactly, man. Like, I'm sure it looks good. I'm sure you keep it looking good. Chin chillin' in the house. Hey, yo, I'm back. Thank you, man. Thank you. Hit that like button and share this with somebody, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being in here. And man, I really love it, dude. I love all you guys showed up tonight. This is awesome. Chinchillin, I still have my Rockville Par 50 as up lights. Yeah, man, those work great. I still use the both lighting IR4s. I mean, they're cheap Chinese lights, but they work fantastically. So, man, I'm still trying to get used to talking this much. Benny says they were good and it came in a few days. Cool, man. Well, yeah. So there you go, everybody. You know now that Hollywood DJ is a reputable service. So that's awesome. That is awesome. All right, guys. Well, it's about that time. Robin, are you ready? All right. Robin's giving me the thumbs up in the control room. So we are going to be bringing in Robin. Everybody say what's up to Robin in those comments. If you got any questions for him, like I said, man, he is the man to ask about any and everything as far as DJ equipment. There we go, guys. He's on air. He is on air.
Where? I don't see it. What's going on here?
Come on in, Robin, from Expert Island.
I did all this for you. I did all this for you. There you go.
He did all the blingy blingy for me.
There.
All right.
Oh, I got a cow head
okay.
over there. Let's see if we can show you what that looks like. Oh, I'm going to spin this. Spin this. Oh, where is it? There it is. Look at that. Right next to the bad dog.
Oh, look at those speakers. You're making me jealous.
Look at that cow head right there. That's for you, man. All blinged out and everything.
All right. Can you guys hear him okay? I see it. It's coming through my OBS. I want to make sure y'all can hear him. Because I don't hear you in my headphones, but it's okay. I can hear you through my phone.
You don't hear... What? No, do they hear me? That's the important part.
Yeah, if they can hear you, it's fine.
Oh, I'm going to take this off, man. It's hot. Boy, that was crazy. Okay. That's my get her done hat. You know, I'm going to give away. So if everybody can hear me, can everybody hear me? Yeah, no problem.
Benny says, good to see you here, Robin. That's awesome. Yes. Can y'all hear him okay? Put in the comments, please.
Hearing? Good.
I would imagine so. I would imagine they would be saying, we can't hear him if they couldn't.
And there you go. No worries. So we're all good. So basically, if you were able to hear those lights running, those things, I mean, that company's those lights are awesome. The only problem is they're the noisiest freaking lights you're ever going to buy because they're big ass moving head lights, which at a big show is like awesome. And if you're playing them at like on a ceremony or service where it's loud, but here, man, I run them when I do sound tests, and I have to do the sound test twice. First, I do it with the lights and the music, but then the lights are crazy, and then I run it again afterwards, just the music, and then I kind of overlay everything. You're talking about not wanting to use an Insta 360. Man, come on. You even have one. You got to use that shit, man.
Yeah, I know. Like Danny keeps telling me that too. He's like, why are you not using the Insta 360? I'm like, man, I don't know. I just like freaking, just having everything Apple is so much easier.
I'm killing my camera here, by the way. That's what happens when you touch stuff when you don't want to touch it. There you go. All right.
Mute it. What are y'all telling me to mute? Yeah. I don't understand. I don't know. They're telling me to mute it. They're saying there's an echo. Like I said, man, we may have a few technical difficulties to work out because this is my first time I've hosted somebody besides my son on that little test stream I did.
Well, who's echoing? Am I echoing or is he echoing?
They're saying that you have an echo and they're telling me to mute the hosting tab, whatever that means. Mute the tab when he's on there. What?
Oh.
I don't have any sound playing in my room besides my phone, and it's really, really, really low, so I can hear you.
Right. Now you're gone.
Benny says he doesn't hear the echo anymore.
Okay. Doesn't hear the echo anymore. Is it just me talking too loud?
It's fine now. Okay. It might have been maybe my microphone was picking up my phone volume.
I'll just
Anyways.
keep talking away. Is this not exciting? Is this not exciting? Come on. This is awesome. We get to roast stuff. This is not something I do on my channel. I purposely bite my tongue all the time because there's so much shit I want to say. And I go, no, I'm Canadian. I'm still trying to get rid of some tariffs. I can't be me. So.
All right, man. Well, thank you for joining me here tonight. Like I said, everybody, go subscribe to his channel. If you're not subscribed, check out. He has hundreds of videos. You know what? Why am I talking about it? Let's show it.
Hundreds.
Let's show it.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, video today? That was another dog. You should be asking me questions about how the algorithm works and why I have 44,000. I'm not bragging because it's got like lots more. November, and then he'll be all sweet in the monetization. He'll be earning himself a whole $1.25 a day.
That's right. I'll be lucky to earn $1.25 a day if I can finally monetize when I hit that 1,000 subscribers. So make sure everybody subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet.
Still trying to get to 100. I need to get a plaque in that back wall because nothing is tackier than watching a guy that's got 101,000 subscribers and he's got that plaque behind him.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, look at me! I have a plaque." Now I am grateful. I told James this. I got my 10,000 subscriber on the day they locked everybody down for COVID. It was like the most depressing day in the business that we're in, and here I am. YouTube's going, "Yay! You got yourself a 10,000 subscriber. Tell everybody the good news." Yeah, no problem, dude.
Oh man.
But yeah. But I'll be just like everybody else. I get that plaque. I'm gonna rip down those 3 monitors and I'm gonna stick that one plaque in the wall. I'm a special guy.
Hell yeah, man. You got to, man. That's an achievement for sure. That's an achievement. The most subscribers I've gotten is about 1,300 on my movie channel. So I'm getting close to there with my DJ channel. So we'll be there before long.
There you go. So yeah,
all right.
So if you want to know why he's doing so well and I'm kind of like stagnant, even though I pump out a whole bunch of videos, I've been putting out a lot more course videos and I do product videos. But everybody's seeing me. Everybody's like, "Oh man, it's Robin's video. I can go watch." Oh my God, James just put out a video. I gotta go see James. James got a video. It's so cool. I gotta go see what he's doing. So yes. Come on, we all do that, right?
Yeah, don't be jelly. Don't be jelly.
Video, everybody puts out a video. I'm like, don't watch. I always tell you, watch videos of people that are not in your wheelhouse. So like, I should watch, regular videos on how the greenhouse gases are going to kill us all, climate videos, and how buildings are built all around the world. That's what I should be watching. But no, I go down the rabbit hole and I watch everybody else that makes the same videos, and I go, why did he get that before me? Why am I always the last guy to get this? So, but yes.
Yeah.
Anyways, James, it's your channel. Well, you got any questions for me?
Look at this.
Everybody else have questions for me. I'm just yapping away.
Benny says, "I keep going back to your videos, Robin." Yeah, me too, man. That's the thing, like every time I have a question or I'm like, dang, I'll go back to his videos and check out, he has all the tech specs and everything like that. So you've done quite the service to the DJ and audio industry. So we thank you very much.
That's pretty much what we're doing now. You know, they offer courses now, so just so everybody knows. On my channel, all of what I do besides videos is how to. So historically, that has to do with a store. Pretty much knows that. If you watch the old videos, there was a store, and then the store went away. But basically, all my questions were based on what customers asked me as questions, and then I would make videos based on that. So this way, the 50 customers every month who would call me and ask me the exact same thing would stop calling. And it did work, by the way, but it worked really well. So I'm focusing mostly on that now because now instead of making playlists, you can make courses, and I'm making them all for free. So of course, I'm taking what I have and putting them out. But now I'm specifically making shorter, very specific videos on a whole bunch of things, and they're all put out there. And amazingly enough, the last video I did got featured more as a course video than as like, oh, Rob got a new video. So the algorithm picked it up and said, hey, by the way, Robin's got a new course. There's 23 videos here. This is the latest one. He just rolled it out today. That's how they promoted it. Same thumbnail, like they don't change that shit. They just, you know, they showed it in a different way. And the search results of this video was very good. So people searching for how to set up a PA system or something like that. That's what drove today's video. So that's the algorithm hard at work. So when you make a really nice video about a speaker that nobody else is talking about, the algorithm goes and says, hey, who's putting out stuff that people want to see and hear, and when they watch it 4 or 5 minutes. Yay, let's show off James's skills. The king is in the house. There we go. All right.
Well said.
Your turn. You say you can't talk all night. I do this for a living. I thought you were a DJ. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, well, DJ, I'm focusing on playing music. I try to talk as least as possible, but so the first thing I want to ask you is how many unopened boxes of gear do you have right now inside your studio? You got to be honest.
Okay. So yes, I do have unopened gear in the studio. Not as much as I should have because a whole bunch of them cancel out their orders when they get my address and go, oh, you're in Canada? I'm sorry. So, but yes, Nike sent me their tops, their 8-inch Go tops, and one got damaged in shipping, which happens all the time. And so the replacement showed up, which is super exciting because now that's why I didn't have them in the last video that I did about these stubs. And I got a whole bunch of little things that came in, and I was going to unpack one today, but I thought, I don't really got it. But yeah, a lot comes send me small stuff, so I'm gonna unpack that in a live video while I'm talking away, and chit chat. Because now that's what I'm offering people. Besides the fact of offering them, oh, I'll make a whole video about your product. Because sometimes they give you shit. It's good. It's nice. It's okay stuff. There's nothing wrong with it, but it doesn't really deserve a whole video. So I tell these folks, I'll put it on Amazon for you, and I'll do an unboxing during a live or something like that. That's what I was supposed to do, and I told somebody I'd do it. You just don't want to go upstairs and get the package. So, but yeah, outside of that, no, there's a lot of stuff I haven't done videos for though. Everything's unpacked. It's quite a mess.
All right. Well, I knew you would have some stuff in there that ain't open or should be, that was laying around for a while.
This I would talk to you about. This is with this plugged in as a monitor, but you need to have a mixer with you on your job site. And this is awesome, by the way, because you said you prefer, I don't know if I heard really you prefer to wear big headphones and use them off and on as in your monitors, right?
Yeah.
So this, you plug your headphones into this instead, and on a mixer, you use the aux out. And whatever channel you want to listen to, so let's say it's channel 8 and 9 on the mixer, because that's where you're pumping your controller through. Bam, it's in there. That sort of stuff, or you can plug it straight into your controller if you need to be able to, go between different actual tracks back and forth. But it gives you a wireless way to not trip off your cord because you've got your headphones around your neck. So, and again, you can just plug it straight into your controller or plug it straight in to your mixer on any setting. So again, it's a good setup regardless of using for DJs or not, but you are going to be walking around with your phenomenal headphones on. Anyways, just thought I'd throw that out there because that's something I said I'd plug. By the way, you'll also learn that you tend to agree an awful lot to plug shit for people in exchange for shit.
Yeah.
Here, I won't give you this. Can you talk about this? Yeah, I'll do that for you. So,
All right. Well, so okay. My first question: what motivated you to get started? Well, you kind of already went over that. Like you had an audio store.
okay, no, it's a legit question. It's legit, but why did I stay doing this? That's the serious part, right? I closed the
Yeah.
store. The reason why I did it was to populate my store channel. You see all these DJ stores, right? You know, they're on YouTube and they all do that shit, right? They talk about their gear. I was
Yeah.
pretty much doing the same thing, a little bit more educational, so people come in. It was pretty much the beginning when everybody was, I guess, but now I do it because I'm a lazy ass guy. I just want to do this for a living. So if I can make this work, it's gonna work. That's pretty much it. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, it's just you know what? It's really nice to help people out. Whenever you get, you know, like the oh man, I've had a lot of shit's gone on in the last 2 years. Different conversation, different day. But so I didn't get to make a whole ton of videos. So I'm almost at a reset point. Uh, you can ask me that question afterwards: is how do you end up at a reset point when you have so many subscribers? But you know, when you don't want to do a video because you're busy and you got other things to do, but you really think you should do a video. And then you're reading your comments and people are asking you questions, and then other people are appreciative. And I gotta like this. Uh, I gotta say, over the last few years, people on YouTube are way, way better than people on TikTok or on Facebook when it comes to being nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, oh man, you get the shit talk on TikTok, you get the shit talk on Facebook. So, I mean, I don't do any of that shit. I just stay here because everybody's very nice to each other. Everybody's very cordial to each other most of the time. And everybody's very open and appreciative. So that's why I stay here. And to be honest, when you read a comment that says thank you, and it seems so silly, it's just the word thank you. You go, you know what? That makes my day. That makes my day. Anyways,
Yeah.
I'd add that in. So yes, go ahead. Ask your next question. We'll try
It's
and
funny. It's
answer-
funny you said everybody's nicer on YouTube. Yeah, exactly. Like, and it's till this asshole DJ James King comes on and starts roasting people in the DJ industry.
But see, that's the legit part. See, I got to be honest. You were roasting. Who are you roasting, anyways? And he was talking about his top 10 DJ.
Yeah, Nick
Good
Spinelli.
guy. Yeah, Nick. So, anyways, you're going on about other things. What's with the you got to watch out for 220, 240 electrical outlets. Dude, if you're walking around with a regular plug in your hand and you stuff it in the wall and you get 240 off of it, you're in the wrong friggin' place.
Yeah.
There ain't no 240 sticking in an outlet. I mean, what are you pulling stoves off the wall? You're yanking the dryer back? This is like North America, man. I mean, there is 240. Don't get me wrong. If you work in a metal shop or somewhere legit, but those plugs don't look anything like the plugs we use. So
Yeah, exactly.
anyways, but I do like how everybody seems to do things in series. Like, you know, somebody sees somebody else do it, and then they do it, and they do it, they all do it. I think he was doing it to be fun, and I legitimately think he was doing it just to plug stuff because his video was kind of fun in the sense of, you know, like you said, it's really a beginner's video,
Yeah.
and it's basically lessons learned. If you do
Yeah.
100 gigs, if you do 100 shows, you're going to trip down the way. Something's going to come up all the time, and it's like DJ Bart did one like 7 years ago. He did a problem shitty, things go wrong, what to do in the video. He did that years ago, and he was talking about he was obsessed that you need to go out and get this plug adapter that had a little screw on it. So if you had a loose outlet, you can put this on, take out that little screw that holds the cover plate on, screw it down so it stays in place, and you can plug into that, and it's not going to fall out of the wall.
Yeah.
And you know he had that because it happened, and it screwed up his whole night. Falling, you just see the guy DJing away, and then the bass kicks in, and the plug falls out. Plugs it back in, gets everything going. All right, we're going. Boom, plug falls out of the wall.
Yeah.
So I mean, that was his thing.
I've never had that happen. I've never had. Now, what I have had happen one time, I was at an event and I had my 18-inch Icoa subwoofer underneath my table. And the way I set up is I have my furniture in the front. I have a cable, my cable's going behind me, and I have a table behind me with a facade blocking it. It's like Justin the DJ. He sets up that way. Well, I had my 18-inch sub behind my facade underneath my table, and on top of my table, I had all my gear plugged into like a power conditioner. Well, luckily this was just during cocktail hour or like dinner. I was playing like real quiet, vibey music. Well, that sub was still, it was vibrating, Well, over the first like 2 or 3 hours of the event, the plugs, since all the plugs were plugged into that power conditioner and then they were going to the ground, gravity was pulling on them a little bit, and every time that subwoofer was vibrating, the plug started just just inching its way out. And so I'm sitting there playing music, everything's good. And then boom, my sound goes off. And I'm like, oh, I'm freaking. I'm like, oh, what happened? And so I turn around, and nobody even noticed. Everybody was talking and stuff. They didn't even care. But of course, I was mortified, So I turned around and I noticed my plug came out. So I plugged it back in. I was like, dumbass, here you are vibrating this whole damn table with all your stuff. So I took my gaff tape and taped it all because I couldn't rearrange it all right then. I taped it all down and it was good for that night. But then I learned a valuable lesson, like don't have any tension on your cables as you're vibrating them all night.
Washington, by the way. You're gone. He's gone, isn't he?
What do you mean?
You hear me? You can't hear him. Oh, he's back. No, he's coming in.
Yeah. All right. So next up, let's see here.
By the way, I'm going to throw in one more thing about his top 10 list that everybody was going on about was the gaffer's tape, black and white. Actually, I got to be honest. If you have insurance, you have liability, you run a power cord, by the way, across the door. That's what he's trying to tell you. If you run, I used to sell gaffer tape, and I used to do this shit in my store when I would have I'd have DJ night events at my store.
Yeah.
All the DJs would come. Now, these are DJs. They would know shit is taped on the floor, but you have to run the yellow black tape on top of it just in case somebody with a beer trips over the cord. And he goes, oh, man, that's a trip hazard there, and I'm going to sue you. So that's why you have to have the yellow and red. Nobody ever wants to. Usually, if you were at an event and you have a lot of black extension cord, and you tell the people at the hall, and you go, I need to run this cord. I'm going to have to tape it on the wall around the door. So this way it's out of the way. They're going to go, no tape on the wall. No tape on the wall.
No tape on the wall.
No tape. No tape on the wall. And then you basically start pulling out this big yellow and black gaffer tape. So no problem. I'll put it right across the floor and you start rolling that shit out. They're like, oh, you tape on the wall. Go put it on the wall. Right? Come see that. No good. Anyway, but yes. But that's what the yellow and black stuff is. It's just for your insurance.
Yeah, well.
So you'd say, no, look, I took a picture of it. It was perfectly fine. And yes, it was blah, 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 blah. But yeah. The gaffer's tape is not cheap to buy.
All right. Well,
I'm talking retail. Anyways.
I looked.
Next question.
I looked. You got 417 videos. So tell me, what is one video that you're particularly proud of or one that surprised the crap out of you?
I gotta say, it was the first time I realized that it popped was I did JBL Alta.
Yeah.
And when you first start doing videos, you're not doing videos exactly when everybody else did the videos. And back then, it's also still that way. It doesn't supply people with product. And when the Alto TS2 series was out, nobody really gave a shit about Alto back then. I mean, it was really like nobody gave a shit about it. And I did a bunch of videos on that. Then I did a comparison of JBL Eon 615 versus the Alto, and it exploded. I mean, that's what made my channel. To this day, I made enough money on that video to pay for both the Alto and the JBL on that one video. That video has over 2,000 subscribers on it alone.
Nice.
That was the video that, you know, when you talk about the hockey stick, like, you know, you're slow, and then all of a sudden one day, boom, you're
Yeah.
going upright. That was the video. That was the video that made that happen. And then basically I learned a very important word that day. Now we call it weighted. You know, I was talking to you about that, about either the product you're talking about has more weight, more gravitas, more oof than
Yeah.
you do as a content creator, or you have more gravitas and weight than the product. Like if I'm talking about this mouse, I know people are more likely to watch me talk about the mouse than what the hell's the mouse, right?
Yeah.
So, but JBL, you talked about the JBL. Now, JBL's got way more, you know, pull than I do when making a video, and that's why it took off. People weren't going, "Hey, I want to watch Robin, I want to watch Expert on blah blah blah." No, I want to know how good this JBL is against the Alto. And by the way, that video, I have to say, was one of the 5 or 6 videos that Alto got that year that pretty much changed their brand for what people wanted to buy.
Yeah.
From that point forward, everybody started to talk about Alto really, really heavily. Like before that, I was basically the novel person would go and say, "I'm going to talk about this. This is what I bought," but most people weren't going bonkers off it. And now it's like everybody wants to talk about it. Everybody's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is it good or not? Is this as good as it was before? Did they fix this problem?" Trust me, and I can tell you about nightmares about Alto. The exploding tweeter. Yes, it really happened. There should have been a recall and they never did it, but we won't talk about that because Alto still won't send me product, even though I've given them now 3 million views on their products.
Wow. That's crazy.
They don't send anybody gear, by the way. Yeah, they don't send anybody gear. So when you see an Alto video that I've done, that's product that I paid out of pocket for. I bought it for wholesale, but I still paid out of pocket. When you see everybody else talking about Alto online, it's all legit because it's all money out of their own pocket to talk about. The only people who are basically, I'm not going to say not legit, but tend not to have as much skin in the game is the guys who are doing it for their stores.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's a, you know, um, if everybody's willing to be legit about it, you know, it's like the Alto TS3 series came out. Wild selling speaker. But the engineers screwed up the tweeter in it, like they underpowered the tweeter for the amount of energy that thing was gonna put out, and people would cooking it, and cooking it, and I mean, I changed a lot of tweeters. They honored it, they replaced them even when they weren't in warranty. They just never, like, came out and said, "Oh, there was a problem," even though everybody was like, "You buy Alto, you're not gonna blow the woofer. You'll probably get a new tweeter in the first year if it's your first pair of speakers." So, anyways, but that's Alto. You were talking about best video. That was it. JBL, Alto. I think everybody's probably at some point in time over the last 6, 7 years have seen that video. Very cheesy. Motor revving. I used to use a car and video revving engine test. Vroom, 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 back and forth. I thought people like that shit. Anyway, so what are we up to now? What are we up to? Come on, exciting questions. Oh my gosh.
All right.
I'm reading the comments at the same time here. So there we go.
Yeah. So another thing I wanted to ask you is like, have you always enjoyed like teaching and like teaching others? Because I notice a lot of your videos are like how to hook this up or how to set this up the right way or how to work these settings, you know? Like, did you ever do that in the past or anything like that?
No.
No?
I spent 35 years in retail, mostly management, mostly teaching, sales, store manager, at Best Buy, that sort of thing. But I worked for like Sony, so it was quite the thing. I learned a long time ago that there's only two types of salesmen: the salesman who can help you with what you want to buy,
Mm-hmm.
and the salesman who knew the baseball score or hockey score last night and can talk to you about sports. I wasn't that guy. I was really techie, but I understood the 7 steps of selling, the 9 qualifying questions. It was all beaten into me, and I was passed that knowledge on through a lot of role playing. And when it comes to teaching, people ask questions. And if you want to be personal with somebody, you want to make a relationship with somebody, you answer those questions as good as you possibly can. And if you can get a video out of it, which is, oh, by the way, something else I want to talk to you about is a new feature they have for YouTube. I absolutely think that people asking questions are the best people because they've taken the time to type out, and I appreciate some people type out like paragraphs
Yeah.
of stuff in the comments. And I go, oh my God, they typed out, I got to read this.
Yeah.
I have to read it. But it's like you're shocked and going, this person put a lot of effort into this to ask me this question. So, I mean, a lot of times I'll try and take those questions and turn them into videos.
Yeah.
So I used to answer them on Q&As, like question videos. I could answer people's questions. But I didn't feel that that was giving the answer the question justice. And at the same time, um, people just want to learn about what they want to learn about. They don't want to hear about, 10 other people's questions.
Yeah,
They want
exactly.
that. They want their question to be answered and maybe more. Because I mean, I always tell people it's like, you don't have to be specific in your problem. Just explain to me what it feels like or sounds like or what's going on. You don't have to know how. I'll figure that out for you, right? I'll try and work that out, putting something together for you. So yeah, no, I mean that's what it's all about. And so that's the soppy happy side of things. Like this, geez, that Robin guy's awfully nice. And this part here, the courses, not the courses, sorry. As a content creator, you have the option now. If you go check this, I may have to get it because it just started, so I have it. I don't know if everybody has it. If you click on the three dots next to questions now in your backend, um, it'll give you an AI option to create video ideas from the question.
Oh, wow. How about that?
So you can literally turn a question. You can turn a question into video ideas. So YouTube is doing that for you right there.
That's
So I think
incredible.
that's awesome. I usually take that and put it in my head and do that. Now I do it on ChatGPT. I let them spit out. I've got from now to the end of the year, I have I came up with the ideas of what I want to do, and then I let ChatGPT give me title after title after title after title. So this way I can read them in my head. I can read it and I can go and say yes. I take a highlighter and I go and I highlight all the interesting ones, all the ones I think are great ideas. Because you run out. I mean, like you said, 400 some odd videos. I need some help. People
Yeah.
it's the ideas of coming up with good ideas. So I actually have from here to the end of the year, 30 videos lined up already. So
And that's for your
it's a
Expert Island
lot.
channel, not your other channels?
No, that's just this channel. That's just
Wow.
this channel here.
Yeah.
So Amazon, I'll probably just end up doing some live stuff on Amazon. RTS only gets videos. Robin Sesson it gets the videos that nobody wanted to see on this channel. Say when I first started doing the Amazon, I used to put those videos, which are really short sales videos
Yeah.
about the product. So basically, you're on Amazon shopping. You're looking at the product and you're thinking, what does this product have? Is this product right for me? So you've already decided this is the product you're interested in. You're on the page. So you click on it. When you see my video, I'm very specific to the point, talking about the overall features of it, what's important, what do I like about it, all that kind of stuff, make it look good, if I believe in it, and then I move on. I put all those, people didn't like those videos on my main channel, so I started a second channel, which is monetized as well. But that's where I put all that stuff. I put that over there. Outside of that, I haven't done a thing. You're gonna hate this one. My how-to channel for like electronics and shit like that, stuff I was just playing around with. I got monetized on one video. It's first or second video.
Wow.
Yeah, that one video, and it wasn't. I didn't go off saying, "Oh, watch this video," but they YouTube did what YouTube did. It took like a year. I didn't do anything with the channel. Made the channel, made some videos, went, it's going nowhere. I'll work on something else now.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I get a notice that, oh, you're monetized, and here's a check every month. Pay for your premium.
Wow.
Oh, that's great. So, but yeah.
So you just never know
So
when
that's
one's
where
going to
I
pop
keep
off.
forgetting the questions.
You just never know.
You never know. Yeah, I forget the questions. It's like there's the bouncing ball. It's on over there.
That's all good. So what gear piece?
You do what you want to do, and you do what people want to watch, and you try not to be like everybody else. That's about all I can say.
So where do you think the future of all this stuff's going? Like what gear and like upgrades or things like that do you think is gonna, in the next 5 years or so, where do you think all this is headed?
Well, I'm going to say this as somebody who, so being somebody in Canada is like looking through the glass window into somebody else's house. Okay, so I'm like looking through the window into the U.S.
Yeah.
and I look around and go, because where the hell is everybody there to get money for everything? When Trump doesn't exaggerate when he says we are the world's greatest economy, the greatest, we're the greatest economy. Where do you get the money? I look at this. Everybody here, everybody on the outside looking into the U.S. goes, not wrong, but where the fuck does the money come from? Because the amount of consumption there is in the U.S.
Yeah.
I mean, you're like 365 million people, maybe more, but the amount of consumption that's done there is just amazing. Anyways, so you're always looking at that, and right now you're seeing a lot of companies with new product lines that are coming out. The prices are just going through the roof, and it's because tariffs on, tariffs off. Who the frig knows all the time, and companies are moving in a bunch of different directions when it comes to. You're seeing a lot of app and wireless capability. There is
Yeah.
one wireless company that I saw. There was a wireless. What was it? What was it? SAS or SA. Anyways, it's beyond Bluetooth. So basically, you basically can turn on any equipment and pair into it. So you're not limited to two. So everybody was talking about the new thumb speakers. How there's it's a cockeyed way to get everything to Bluetooth together because you can't.
Yeah.
Because physically we can only Bluetooth to two items. Because that's the best we've got. We can do multi-link, but it kind of falls apart and you have no control over it. But this new wireless system, which you have to be a license for, can be layered onto everything because it actually creates a handshake, a proper handshake between the equipment. And this way, if you had a Mackie thump on top and you had the Mackie sub, they, besides shaking hands saying, yes, we're going to be connected wirelessly so we can play music through each other, the thump will also be able to tell the sub will be able to tell the top that I'm a sub and this is what I do and this is my capabilities, and then carry that forward. And all the other equipment that connects to it, carry it forward. And the amazing part is the speaker has to never have seen that sub. The sub has a chip in it, part of the system that communicates up, and it gives it basically think of it like a driver for your computer.
Yeah.
It gives the speaker on top instructions about what, because if that speaker's never heard of a subwoofer before, it doesn't know what a subwoofer is. Well, what that subwoofer does is says, I'm this, this is what I do, this is how you use me in your mix of products. And I think that's where we're going to see a lot of equipment. You do see some really, really high end, we're talking $100,000 gear that has wireless connectivity and smart connections to it. That's how they all talk.
Hmm.
But we're starting to see that being offered in some other products. So I think if you look down 5, 6 years from now, money is going to be that way. I think every DJ is going to be completely wireless.
Hell yes.
It's everything's going to be you're gonna take your key, you're gonna plug into your controller. Um, you're We're probably going to see companies come out with a 5G
Nice.
network key. So you basically your thumb drive that has your music key on it will just go in, and because 5G is not to make my YouTube video look better when somebody watches it on their phone. That's BS. 5G is so this way you can take a small USB stick thumb drive, put it into anybody's controller anywhere in the world, and wirelessly your catalog gets downloaded in like a minute, 30
Yeah.
seconds, 20 seconds. It's a simultaneous connection. I mean, so we're going to see stuff like that take off. But it requires a lot better 5G, and Starlink's going to fix that for a lot of us. But hey, that's another topic.
Yeah.
Yes, so I think wireless, more and more wireless, is going to be the way it is,
Yeah.
and the quality of the tech is going to change. So, and we're going to see that matchup. I don't think people always talk about wattage. Why don't you throw me that question? Ask me about wattage on speakers. Let's go there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope you're
Does anybody?
right. I hope you're right, man. I hope that it goes wireless and battery powered so that we don't have to worry about powers. We don't have to worry about connectivity. We just turn everything on. It all connects and we start playing music. I hope that's the future. So I hope you're right. That I was really shocked when EV came out with their new Evolve 70s and Evolve 90s and said they were $3,000. I was thinking for sure, I'm like, all right, they're going to have some kind of wireless tech in there. At least, I know they're not battery powered, but at least they're going to have wireless tech in there where you don't have to run XLRs. They'll just communicate to each other. No, I was so disappointed. I'm like, all you did was make an Evolve 50 with a bigger subwoofer. Like, you got to be kidding me. But, you know, that's what they chose to do.
You know what, they were, yeah. But I mean, if you go back, when you go, this is for everybody watching, not now, when you're done watching this, you go to Paul's YouTube channel, they had a live show like this with 4 guys. And they were talking about the Paul. This was like 4 or 5 years, maybe 4 years ago. And they were getting questions, like we're getting questions today. And he made note. One of the guys that was there was actually one of the managing engineers. These were all engineers that were on the video, and one of them was like the boss.
Yeah.
And he was there to make sure people didn't say shit wrong, like basically talk about stuff they weren't supposed to talk about. But he's the one who basically, in hindsight, dropped it that they were coming out with bigger and better. Because people were asking, would they come out with a 15-inch subwoofer, an 18-inch subwoofer that you can use the top? Can I upgrade? Can I just buy a subwoofer and grab that pole and put it on that? And he said, you can add a sub, but we're working on things to make that even better now.
Yeah.
And he said that 4 years ago. Now, I said in videos, I'm not shy. By the way, I was offered to do a video on it, but there was logistics. Everything is logistics with Canada.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 video offers that I get, they say no to me afterwards because there's like somebody easier we can send the product to in the States, and that's where.
Well, you're just gonna have to pack your shit and move to a US, man, and stop playing around.
I know. Well, it's the healthcare, man. I got to tell you, it's an awful lot of money.
That's
As
true.
you get older, you appreciate coming back and forth.
Yeah, that's true for sure.
Like I did the video just now on the Harbingers.
Yeah.
Those are rock solid products. Those are things that beat up. It's true. I mean, they sell the product because so many people want to buy it because it doesn't sound anything power-wise in the regular line, even though it's built off that. But again, it'll blow away in its category, the Evolve 90, simply for the fact that people that are going to buy it are going to use it for DJing most likely, or for big parties, or for large gigs where that's needed, like a bar. I need something bigger than what I have. Where an Evolve 90 is trying to do an awful lot. I give kudos to what you can do with the Evolve 90, but the problem is that, and I'm not dissing anybody because all my engineering, I did it by reading every manual I can get my hands on. When I started doing this business, when I thought the very first mixer I had, I'm not going to. So I didn't go to school. The very first mixer I had, I had to Google phantom power. I had to go on YouTube and watch some kid no older than your son teach me what phantom power was. And I was, and that was like, 13 years ago. And then when I started the channel, one of the things was like, I'm going to make a YouTube channel for adults.
Yeah.
Because it was like, it's nothing worse than now I'm 57.
Yeah.
And I do this when I'm trying to edit my videos. I want to do something. I've got an idea in my head. This is what I want to do. I want to do this. I want to clip. I want to do this, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how to do it, but I know it can be done. I've seen it before. So I go on YouTube, tap, 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 tap. And then somebody like your son has to teach me how to do it. And I have to sit there and take it like a man. So I figured, I'll try and keep mine a little bit more, there. And by the way, I was looking at comments. So Chinchilling is, yes, you got a Pro FX. I'm just looking at this. I just want to shout out. Somebody was somebody was nice enough to write a question there, a comment on the 600. So watch one of my videos, and I think there was a follow up on that because he got the new ones. Now that's kind of cool. I like Mackie gear. It's a love hate relationship with them. So, and I'm going to say that because they're going to send me more equipment. Um, I absolutely, I think they make some phenomenal products. I think they're really, um, they're using, it's a terminology where it's minimalization when it comes to upgrade. So it's kind of like the iPhone 15, then 16. Minimal amount of effort put into what we're going to do to justify coming out with a new product.
Yeah.
Sometimes they even take shit out and say, look, we made it better. We took all this cool stuff off your phone. So this way it could be new.
Yeah.
Mackie came out with their new mixers. So the version 3. I personally use a 10 here. I've sold through Amazon hundreds of 10s. Same thing with the 12s and the 16s. I've done really well off of Mackie, and I appreciate the joke is I paid for all the equipment. All that equipment was bought and paid for out of my pocket. So when I say I use it and like it,
Yeah.
because I paid for it, and again, I pay wholesale, but still. But they've been stripping back their products every time they come out with something new. Like I have the 10 here. The 10 mixer, the old 8 used to have an aux on it, so I can run a separate monitor,
Yeah.
and it had effects as a separate send out option. Now there's I the other day, I've had this mixer here sitting here for years. I decided I needed a monitor. I looked over and I went, shit, there's no monitor on this thing. I mean, I have to use the effects in. Thank God I'm not sitting here trying to add like some reverb or echo to my show, because that would be funny. But that's what's going on here. But yeah, they came out with a new model, battery powered, which I think is super cool.
Hmm.
Uh, but again, they stripped more features off of their equipment to do it.
Yeah.
So it's like, ugh, ugh.
Yeah, that ain't cool.
Anyways,
That ain't cool.
But yeah, so again, I forgot the question, but we're good.
All
Oh
right.
yes, no, I was commenting on sorry, it was Chinchilla. It was basically a new mystery. He was asked if I'm going to get them, it's because they're going to send them to me. Because to be honest, I'm not going to spend more money on the equipment unless I partner. Because to offer a training course, so if I take a mixer and I make 5 videos of a mixer, which is why a lot of companies like to work with me. It's because I'm not. If you watch everybody else's video, they're only going to talk about the Mackie sub once, maybe twice.
Yeah.
And then you hear people say, "Oh, I might actually keep these."
Yeah,
You're going,
exactly.
"Oh, what what did you do with all the other shit you told me to buy?" It's like, so I only sell it when I finish with the product and the new one comes out. So don't ask me to do a video about the Harbinger 2300s or the 4100s, because after I did some comparisons, stuff like that, I finally sold that off. That's actually the only compensation I get from them for the product. Outside of that, it's all up to me in monetization. So yes, how-to videos, the only thing to do.
Hmm.
But yes, there we go. So yes, so for everybody who's curious about that stuff. So yes, I would like to have Mackie mixers. I think they're cool. I would try and buy bigger equipment though from them. And I mentioned this, I hate making people spend money when it's not necessary. Because first thing I'll say is, don't buy Behringer.
Yeah.
You see Behringer, and it's not that I like or dislike the product. The dude is bonkos. The guy is like nuts, and he basically rips everybody off. And then if somebody calls him out on it and says, "Hey, you made a guitar pedal just like the other guy," why can't they just make their own shit? Why do they have to make it look exactly like the other guy? Really popular now. Everybody's buying the Behringer. Behringer basically sends basically lawsuits. Hey, take that video down because I don't like it, and I know Donald Trump, and I'll get that shit removed. So But I mean, that's nice. Just, anyways, so yeah. Anyways, lost my train of thought. So yes, don't buy Behringer. But this is to go down to digital mix. If you ever get a chance, now Blasking's coming out, and unfortunately, it's very hard with the tariffs, that sort of thing, to figure out where they're financially going to drop. Digital mixers are better than analog mixers, but you should always learn how to use an analog mixer because it's like a person who learns how to drive an actual car can drive a virtual car better because they understand what's going
To
on. That's
me,
why you both.
to me, every time I've
Go ahead.
seen a review, like I watched Aaron Straughn's video on the what is it called, the digital mixer, Allen and Heath, the Allen and Heath one, and then I've watched Spinelli's video on the QSE Touch Mix and all that. To me, the digital mixers look like they have a lot of shit on them that I would never use. Like I mean, they look cool and they got a bunch of, things you can move and all this. The only thing I do love about the digital mixers that I've seen is they have the automatic feedback suppression for the microphones. That's really cool. But like, other than that, like all those effects and all that shit, like I'm never going to use that. I mean,
No. You're going to use to control your speakers.
the what?
You're just going to use it a lot to control your speakers. Control your speakers, control your input, right? Like if you saw my video, if I ever use a new controller, I have I told everything off that I had controller wise, and you rarely ever see me with a controller because there's a small problem with my YouTube channel. It has the word expert in the title.
Yeah.
Now that would have nothing to do. That had nothing to do with my YouTube channel. That had to do with my store, which were both connected. Because I just wanted to confuse the shit out of everybody who came to my store.
Yeah, mine would say
agent?
Mine would say Dumbass Island if it was me.
So, but I'm going to get something. I'm going to come right back. But I'm going to show you something.
What's up with those comments, guys? Hey, what's up, buddy? Thank you for jumping in. Buddy's here. He says, Buddy says, when I have a chat with repair technicians, Mackie is one to not get. Getting parts is hard and long wait times. Yeah, that would suck, man. As far as Mackie goes. And then
it's going to be so bad now. So bad now. No, not Mackie. It's so bad with everybody. Everybody's firing everybody now because in customer service. It's all about the chat box.
Yeah, exactly. I hate that crap.
And they're so bad. They're so bad.
They're saying that your mic is cutting out here and there.
My mic's cutting out?
Yeah, every once in a while.
Am I cutting out? I know that your mic is cutting out a lot. Is my mic also cutting out?
Yeah, they put his mic is cutting out. Not so. I don't think it's mine.
Oh, I'm looking at the meters here. Staring. My mixer's there.
Yeah.
My Mackie Pro FX NV3, and the meters are going. Woo!
Oh, Mackie.
The meters are going like crazy. So, and trust me, I can hit this one. You lose. Oh, there you go, back again. So, there you go. So, yeah, no, I've been losing your audio. I don't know why, but you've been dropping it. Just what's going on. This is my controller.
Yeah.
This is my controller. Okay. Now, that's the only one I kept. I even had them all. Because I sold them all. I had them all. And when I closed the store, I sold off everything except this guy.
Yeah, that's a decent one.
At the end of the day, that's all that I needed.
Yeah, it's fine.
Because everything you need it to do, right? It just has all the features on it.
Yeah.
And the important thing is the back. Whoops! I'm just trying to line up the back here, so it's just. I just have to look at this camera here. There you go. So the back. Notice how it only has RCA's on it.
Yeah.
And you think that's a piece of shit. How the hell am I supposed to run that? I don't run it off of this. I run it off of whatever mixer I plug into it. So now this isn't plugged into anything. I do not use this at all for audio. This is literally a glorified keyboard. That's all I use it for. It's a glorified keyboard. I choose the audio source from Serato through my PC. So this way I choose whatever. So if I have a Harbinger or a Mackie mixer or any mixer plugged into it. That is the output audio source that runs the speakers. Everything runs off of that.
Yeah.
So that brings me to the digital mixer. Digital mixer will have maybe about 6 outputs. It'll have maybe like 8 or 10 inputs, and it'll have 6 outputs. You're going, shoot, that's not a lot. You can now put everything separate on that. So when I say separate, I mean your head table microphone, your head table speaker. Those can be on separate inputs on that mixer. And that was something I mentioned the other day. Why put a table, put it there. So now you can run the suppression and the speakers next to the head table. So when people at the head table are talking, all of a sudden people's attention is drawn there. They're not distracted by the speakers are over there, but they're over there.
Yeah.
So this allows for much better coordination. Everybody's much more comfortable, and people don't lose their distractions. Kind of like if you're watching a movie and you only had speakers on behind you, it's like it's a straight you. Like, I can't hear shit going on somewhere else. I'm looking at it there, but noise is coming from there. So you get to do that with a digital mixer. You also get to set up your subwoofers independently and program them in. So you get to dial them in the way you want and then lock them in. You get to set up your tops the way you want and lock them in. And then all you have to do afterwards is just control your main volumes. And the same thing, remember, I had that at the head table's mic on its own line, and I had my mic on my own line, I had my headphones on this own channel. Everything is dedicated. You just lock it in once, play around with it at home. This way you get comfortable with it. You set it, it's locked, it's done. You get out there, you just roll out the cables. And if not now, soon you'll just do it all wirelessly anyway. That's why I get the digital mixer. And again, I don't want people to go out and running out and spending money. Just get a mixer to get started.
Yeah.
But definitely a mixer is a good path. You can buy all kinds of Mackie's new speakers. So I'm assuming it's got to be in some of their mixers. They're really good at feedback suppression. So
Yeah,
that's what
that's the
you're
one
looking
thing I like about them is that feedback suppression. That's the one reason why I'm kind of like wanted to try and get one. But I don't know. Like a lot of times I don't even use a mixer. I just go straight out of my controller into my speakers and I'm done because I mean, and I've always said like my whole thing when I first started DJing, like I didn't know about mixers or whatever. I had to learn about them, through YouTube and other DJ videos and your videos and stuff like that. And I was like, well, I have $1,000 or I have a $2,000 controller. Why the hell do I need a mixer? And then I started using I got the Yamaha 10XU, MG 10XU or whatever. And I used it and I was like, whoa, I got way more headroom on this thing. And wow, it sounds like my speakers sound a little bit better, So there is something to it, but I just think it's just another piece of equipment I have to bring. It's another thing that I got to, have wires to go from here to here and then there to there and here to there and there. And I'm like, I don't know, but I don't, I'm hoping that QSC will update their Touch Mix 8, cause that thing's like 15 years old. It'd be nice if they would do an update and I might buy one.
If you don't change it's amazing how Pro Audio does so much. Amazing, especially when it comes to mixers. They put so much into it. And especially when you get to a digital mixer because you can basically turn it into is a very useful like tool because any input can be anything you want it to be, and any output can be anything you want it to be. And
Yeah.
you can EQ the shit out of everything. So I mean, they're not usually in a race. It's very hard to make something very stable internally. If you look at it, it's built out of the same rough kind of industrial material that they use for cars, not Teslas, because Teslas are made out of the same shit they make like laptop computers out of. I'm talking like a Ford pickup truck. The computer shit that they put in there, those modules.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. It's like it's rock solid. So if you drop the mixer, if the mixer's in a transport truck driving from Houston to Los Angeles, the shit's gonna get bounced because somebody decides to put on the rear axles, and it's like that $100,000 rig, and but he gets there and it's fine because it's made of the same tough shit they make shit out of cars that are got to last 20 years. So, but they're not going to replace it all. They're going to build it in pretty solid, bake everything into it, and then run with it for a long. Like it takes a long time to pay it off. Think about it. I mean, they sell like millions and millions and millions of iPhones. They'll literally sell tens of thousands, if that, of Mackie mixers.
Yeah, of course.
So I mean, it's a tough one to justify all the money all the time.
Well, yeah, you guys dropping those.
Like I said,
dropping those comments, guys, what you do. Buddy says he goes controller to speakers. That's the way he does it. A mixer adds complications. And A Nuke says, yep, that's that and the MG06. Those are in my arsenal too. Danny B's in the house. What up, Danny B? Thanks for dropping in.
There's lots of different ways of doing it. And like I said, controllers make your life convenient. I mean, I go as far back as, when I first used to be the helper DJ in the school dance and the high school dances, so we're talking in the early 80s. I was the guy who went upstairs and had to ask the teacher who had the home ec class where the stove was, which happened to be strategically placed near the auditorium, if we can pull the stove away from the wall so we can plug the actual equipment in.
Yeah.
Literally, there was hundreds of feet of cable to run all the way down to get power from wherever you had to, these 220 amps, just to run like old-fashioned 750 watt spotlit lights. And the amplifier rack was like, the guy had a fan. He used to sit on the floor next to the rack, and he used to blow it against his rack during the school dance. That's like how old it was. And it wasn't old at the time. It was cutting edge new stuff. But, things have changed. Times have changed. And controllers, this gets me, the controller comment I'm going to make, because I like controllers. I think they're fun, they're cool, they're everything. And they do everything now, which is absolutely awesome. And they do it to the point that you don't even need laptops. So I'm quite amazed that most DJs, well, I guess, convenience, you got to get a song, you got to get, you got to be able to pop it off on your laptop. But why the bulk is not on the controller? But this is what I'm going to say. If you have a disease and you go see a surgeon, he's going to say, I can cure you through operating on you and cutting out that disease. If you go see a regular doctor who specializes in organic and like, hey, I'm going to treat you with medicines and stuff like that, he's going to look at the exact same problem and say, I can cure you with all these drugs. That's in between a controller and a mixer. So people who make mixers think that they're building a product that'll fix everybody's problem. And people who make controllers think the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So, of course, you get a lot of redundancies out of both. You just have to decide how you want to make it work for you. Most of them you don't need to carry all the extra equipment. The only time you're going to find yourself in a problem is when you have a controller or a mixer that you don't realize has limitations, like maybe it's running at +4 instead of -10, and you're not sure if it's a high Z or low Z output on it. There's no switch option to it. And then you end up with a pair of Evolve 90s, and you're asking yourself, why the frig is this thing red lighting all the time? And then you realize that it's simple. Someone's running the gear at -10 when it should be running at +4. And guess what? All of a sudden, my speakers sound just as loud and my limiters have gone on. Yes, if I was there, it wouldn't have been 4 hours at Electro Voice trying to figure that shit out. But it's stuff like that. You eventually do need fancier gear that you may never use and just waste money on just to make problems go away. But if you've got those kind of problems, good for you. You're making a shitload of money. By the way, I'm curious about that. By the way, I'm the guy on the video who always throws all the hearts out. Like just go heart crazy, like hundreds of points there. I want to saw the hundreds. Whoa. Come on, everybody, come on. I started it. Let's all throw all the party shit out there. Come on, let's throw the party shit.
Yeah, make sure you guys hit the like button. Hit the like button on the stream, and please, man, we got 15 viewers in here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So going back to the chat, we got everybody subscribing to everybody. DJ Danny B's in there. Make sure. So
got to be wearing the.
Buddy says, why plug a mixer into a mixer? I mean, so that's the thing. Like when you have a $2,000 controller, I mean, you have a good mixer with a good sound card. But like the controller, like Robin showed with just RCAs coming out, that has to go into a mixer because unless you're going to go RCAs into an
People do it
XLR,
all-
yeah, I a speaker. I
People
wouldn't
hook it up
do
the
that.
wrong way all the time. They hook it up the wrong way all the time because that's a consumer output. So you have to only use the 3.5 on any mixer for it to be balanced. But yeah, with that you pull. And again, you have $1,000 or $1,500 digital mixer, and you have a $1,500 controller. The audio that is going to be controlled out of the mixer is going to be at least 3 times better than the controller because the controller has got to do so much shit that your money is divided amongst an awful lot of things.
That's true. Yeah.
Right. So if I want a $1,500 quality audio output out of a controller, then I'm buying $5,000 to $9,000. Like
Yeah.
I'm getting into like the top ends of the Denon's, top ends of the Pioneer type equipment, and you'll know it'll happen one day. I mean, I wish the best on everybody, that everybody ends up with the problem that they've gotten so good and they're doing shows that are so big and they're now still taking care of it that you got to buy this shit. Okay, I wish the best. I want you to do that well.
Yeah.
These are good problems to have. These are problems you're having because your jobs are so big and you're doing so well that you have to solve some pretty stupid problems sometimes as you grow. And it's like all big DJs. They all show up, like you watch them all the time. I watch these all the time. You watch David Guetta and stuff like that, and they show up. If you watch the people just below David Guetta level, right? So you go to Tomorrowland's website, right, where you listen to people, you listen to them, you go, oh, fuck, that music's killing me, man. I can't believe you standing there for 2.5 hours and listen to that music. But you listen to somebody else, you go, man, that is like a killer playlist. But if you watch the episodes, because on Tomorrowland website, they show you everything. They show you like the table setup,
Yeah.
rig setup, and then occasionally you'll see DJs when they swap out. A DJ will come back and they're like reaching over the other DJ, trying to pull their USB out of the machine and not be too bad and disturbing them, and get their music, their playlist out. And they're going, But I mean, that's all they had to do. They flew somewhere with a USB stick, and they played their set that they've been working on for the last 3 months. And I wish everybody can get to a point in their career where they can just do that. Because wedding DJing is a job.
No shit.
That's a job. That is serious. That's a job.
Yeah.
So you're an engineer.
Yeah.
You're an engineer. You're an entertainer. You're a host. You have to be a sound guy. You have to be a coordinator. You
Yep.
have to be a fashion
Preach.
person. You have to know how to
Preach.
fit in with the yeah.
Yeah, man. That's I
mean, there's nothing.
I was just talking about that before I brought you on in the stream about my wedding this Saturday, about how many setups I have to have, how many moving parts I have to have, how many, I gotta have streaming services, I gotta have the internet, I gotta have my hard drive music, I gotta have all this stuff organized, and it's all gotta synchronize together, and but it's gonna be perfect because I'm a professional. That's what I do, and that's what DJ Danny B's company, that's what we do. So it'll be great, but yeah, it's a lot of moving parts.
I know where you can rent. You need an extra setup, no problem. I know where you can get that.
All right, so we got about 20 more minutes. If you guys have any any questions for Robin, go ahead and throw them in the comments, and I'll try to get to them. And I got another question here for you. If you could collab with anyone in the industry, artist, brand, or YouTuber, or anything, who would it be that you haven't ever been able to collab with?
That's a question for me, or are you asking everybody that?
That's for you. That's for you.
Who would I collab?
Is there a brand? Is there a brand of like?
That question.
Huh?
You should have sent me that question
Yeah. I know that's hard on spring.
Okay, it's no, it's if I was any brand that I would want to collaborate with, you know who doesn't get enough love out there is Soundcraft.
Soundcraft. I'll have to check that one out.
See,
Yeah.
they're part of JBL. All the mixers and controllers, right?
Mm-hmm.
That JBL has different names, so they're all under Ericsson brand. Like they have a big parent company.
Yeah.
By the way, which is Samsung. If you want to go up to the whole family tree, Samsung owns JBL. So if you're not a Samsung fan, I hate to break news to you, but JBL is owned by them. But I like JBL speakers. I don't think get enough love. These companies, they don't they don't put their products out there. They
Really?
don't go out there and say, "Hey, let's do shit together. Let's partner up." Think about it. I mean, before me, do you know anybody who did like a shitload of Harbinger? I mean, there was like the odds and ends, but I mean, I went out of my way, made phone calls, sat down in meetings, long talk with the guys over at Harbinger, and we came up with a program, right? So much that Guitar Center guy, the guy who runs the marketing department for online stuff for Guitar Center, thought I had a brand partnership exclusive with Harbinger. So like he thought like, oh, we want to send you some stuff, but we don't know what your relationship with Harbinger is. You don't want to, impact that. Well, dude, you can send me anything you want, you know. But Soundcraft is absolutely amazing. Soundcraft it costs the same as buying Behringer, but is way better. So it's more affordable than Allen Heath.
Yeah.
It's in the same class character, class. They have an amazing amount of products available. Lots of people really like to buy their products, but there's not a lot of content out there on it. The same thing with JBL. Um, JBL gets misrepresented a ton because everybody just assumes that JBL, you know, is you're in two boats with JBL. It's kind of like being an Apple.
Yeah.
You either think they're overpriced or you think they're the best. There's no, it's somewhere in the middle. And I mean, people can chime in on that. I mean, everybody knows that it's like either you think JBL is the best or you think they're overpriced, and that's about it. And to be honest, if if I was helping out a school or a church pick out equipment that was to be run by people who weren't engineers but were going to learn how to use the equipment on the fly, I would always say buy JBL because it was bulletproof for that purpose.
Hmm.
And Soundcraft's just an extension of that. Their products are incredible. Their price points are great. Um, and they're definitely worth buying. I mean, they're not as blingy as Mackie.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. But way better. And I always joke because, I was a Behringer dealer and I was a Soundcraft dealer. And I have people come in and tell me that, oh, I bought an X32. And I mean, look at them, I go, why? I go, it's not the product. You really feel comfortable spending that much money on something that has Behringer's name,
Yeah.
it's a lot to ask for the brand when they're the bottom feeders of the industry. But Soundcraft was the exact same price, and they'd look at you going, "I didn't think of Soundcraft." I'm going, if it said JBL on it, would you buy it? Oh yeah, I would have bought it if it said JBL's name on it.
Yeah, well, you kind of answered my next question with that answer as well, because my next question was going to be if I love the cheaper brands, or I'm being labeled as the cheap speaker guy, or whatever. And I was going to say, what was your favorite budget brand? But you kind of just said, Soundcraft.
Your budget brand. If you're that budget brand. So now the problem is that, and I wish you only the best on everything you do. Okay, so I'm going to say this. You're old enough, so I don't have to hear money. So I say this with love. God, you better have a goddamn backup with you.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you from experience, selling the equipment in that price point. Okay,
Yeah.
I think a ton of people are gonna love buying it. I think it's great. I think you get a ton of value out of the product. They do not put the product through, and if they do, well, they can contact me. Even though, oh, by the way, um, they did. We've been talking back and forth, and then all of a sudden there's a delay on the speakers, and then because tariffs, they don't think they're gonna be able to send me any now. After saying no, then yes, then no, then yes. Now we're back to but they don't really go through a really serious burn-in process. And just like a lot of other consumer level brands that I've dealt with, um, I've had a lot of customers come in after buying them. After I warn them, play with caution because you're bringing a consumer product with commercial gig on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Knife to a gun.
Yeah, that's the
So
one thing that's the one thing I have the most questions about with the Exaton speakers. But I've had, dude, you should see my Instagram DMs, and I've had YouTube messages. So many guys that have bought the Exaton speakers, and they said I've used them at numerous events. They've been great. They have no problem. So that's my only
no,
thing.
trust me, I completely hope that they are as bulletproof as they're turning out.
Yeah,
No, that's the thing with it. And it's not like I'm telling somebody, "Oh, go out and spend a little money." I just don't want somebody going out saying, "I'm gonna spend $500 instead of spending the money on some." And I trust me, there's no love lost if somebody says, "Oh, I decided not to buy Electro Voice." Like instead of buying, like you have the 200s, right?
yeah,
Those are pretty bulletproof. Buying JBL PRX,
right,
bulletproof.
right.
There are certain brands that are just what's it now? 650. It's not Mackie Thumps, more expensive Mackie
Yeah,
or upscale. When you get into a speaker that costs you, I don't know what they are in the States. I'm going to say close to $1,000. I'm going to say you're at $750 in the US. If you're buying, and if you haven't already gotten to hernias, Yorkville. Yorkville is, by the way, if you want a speaker that can take a hit from a wrecking ball and you want all the power to go with it, that's Yorkville. Um, by the way, only brand to be built in North America and one factory. Now, JBL makes their stuff partly in California, mostly in Mexico. Yorkville's completely made here.
really.
So, yeah, completely made here.
In Canada.
In Canada. In
Okay,
Canada.
yeah. I was gonna
Well,
say
look,
not.
they have factories. They have. Well, I say North America because this way it includes both of us.
Yeah, okay.
It's made in. That's why I say one factory in North America.
Yeah, buddy says
but they make the
Yorkville
F
tanks.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a company in North America. Nothing's built in North America. They actually have a circuit board production. They build the entire circuit boards. They build the amps. They build the speaker drivers. They build the cores. They build the magnets. They build everything. Like when you see those Chinese videos,
Yeah.
go to Yorkville. They have videos, the whole factory tour. They're actually if you've ever watched how they do that on the Discovery Channel or whatever channel that is, how they do that and they build it.
Right.
They show how do they build speakers. That's Yorkville. So, anyways, but the other brand, and this is the brand that you're going to get to play around with hopefully soon because they're going to bring some product into the States again. Blast.
Yeah, I want to get a hold of some Blast King stuff.
You want to have that medium price, like get more for less package. That'll be your speaker to play around.
Awesome.
If they have a good price point on their products, their year is serious. I mean, it is very, very. I got it in Canada to sell against Yorkville because Yorkville here is like the F-150. I needed a brand that I can sell in my store that can compete against that.
Nice.
So of course, and plus they have King in their name.
Yeah,
Who
I know.
else to talk about their product?
I know, right? I was like, I got to get me some Blast King. James King reviews Blast King.
There you go. So yes, and they're down Florida. bunch of nice folks. And like I said, you'll be getting it, I'm assuming, soon.
Awesome. Well, Dean Live 11 Brown Radio, Live 11 Radio DJ Dean. Okay. He said you feature, I don't know if he's talking to you or me because we kind of both do this, but you feature a lot of the lower price speakers. How do you believe they stack up with the JBL EV, QSC, LD, etc.? So he kind of just explained that, you know.
Yeah, and let me give you a general. I'm not gonna go through all the brands, but so JBL, Electro Voice, QSD, LD, by the way, they broke the rules. They even offered me the product, but it was very hard to get the product in because the products were one thing in the States. I did the original LD systems, the ICOAs, and then the new ones, the pros, which are like, I mean, if anybody's rich enough to get the pros, go for it. You're like, everybody will tell you one thing: turn those down.
Yeah.
But the reason why you don't see as many videos as you think, you're going to find that the big brands are problematic when it comes to giving them to content creators. They haven't embraced as much. Mackey's starting, but Mackey's still testing out. They're bottom feeding. They asked me, Robin, what products would you like to review? And I told them I wanted their digital mixing board and I wanted their like $900 speakers, like they're good stuff, like they're professional, real stuff, right?
Yeah.
And they said, "Oh, that's wonderful, but we're currently promoting the Go, so we'd like to send you that if that's okay." So they, asked me what my wish list was, and then they said, "We'd like to send you the Go." And I said, "Okay, I'll take the Go." But you're going to see that the more expensive products don't get out there very much, and when you do see them, this is the weird thing: they don't get the traffic, they don't get the views.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. The more expensive a piece, because eventually, let's say you're looking at an SRX, you're looking at a $2,000 speaker. They're probably not your first pair of speakers. You've probably now gotten to a point where you're not taking advice from the guy on YouTube anymore. You've probably gotten yourself a pro rated connection with either the guys like Guitar Center. Most people don't realize this. There's the Guitar Center you walk into and you walk around, buy stuff, and talk to the nice people that work there who work in a band and stuff like that, and just like being there. Sometimes they're the right person to talk to. Sometimes you go in for like speakers, and the only guy there is the guy who knows all about bass guitars. It's not his fault. It's not guitars
Yeah.
fault. It's just bad timing. You should have called.
Yeah, I've seen they don't have a lot of DJ guys there.
No, and you gotta understand that there's lots of people that work in these stores. There's like maybe 8 or 12 people that work in the store.
Yeah.
And if you want to talk to somebody about PA equipment, and let's be honest, you're a DJ, but the shit you're carting out there is still PA equipment. That's what it is. Almost a drastic tip. You're going to pump music through it.
Yeah.
So you want to call the store ahead and you want to ask them, do you have somebody in your location that's really good with the powered speakers and the mixers and the controllers? And they're going to say, oh, you need to talk to Bobby. Bobby is like, that's his thing. He's a DJ and he's absolutely obsessed by speakers. He loves this shit. He's the guy you want to talk to. Great. I'd like to come down now. No. Bobby will only be here on Friday because he has a full-time job and he just works here on the weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No problem. So great. Bobby's going to be there on Saturday. Bobby will be in all day Saturday. And then you're going to say, great. I'm going to come in and see Bobby first thing in the morning because I need an hour of his time while I try and buy some speakers. I need some advice. But eventually, you're going to stop being that $600, $700, $800 customer. You're going to turn into the $2,000 customer. And then you're going to realize that Bobby's going to say, you know what? During the weekdays, there's a guy here. His name's John. And John is the actual manager, product specialist who works with you on your particular needs. He's a product expert. He's an engineer who's paid more than me, and he's going to do the professional. And then all of a sudden, you get to go down a corridor to the right behind the actual lessons room and sit down in a room with John, who then sits. You guys like talk shit and do stuff, and it's like buying a car.
Yeah.
It's like you're sitting there professional. And a lot of people don't realize that. There's a whole nother business taking place. So when they say, "Oh, you can contact professional people," that's who you're going to talk to. So if you really need help with a big setup like a bar, restaurant, that kind of shit, usually you end up talking to those guys. Um, but there's a profession. Like most of us don't want to go in and talk to that guy. We want to play around with the shit. We want to experience what's going on. We want to enjoy what's in
Yeah.
front of us. And when that becomes boring, then you go talk to junk.
Yeah, I was thinking like, you know, if you need that kind of advice to contact Sweetwater, because they seem like they always have specialists that are dedicated to each, you know, thing. And
Well, first of all, you're going to change your tune because you're going to become like a Guitar Center dealer soon, like an online partner. So you're going to have to change your yes, you're absolutely right. Sweetwater is very, very good at marketing the fact that they have people that you can call in.
yeah,
You can call the Bobs at Sweetwater, and they're good guys who like have a full time job but do Sweetwater on the side, and like they're a bunch of great musicians, or part time DJs, or this or that, and then they have their top tier people that are truly professional. But you're not going to see anybody who owns a restaurant or a bar or a club ever buy any shit from Sweetwater unless they know what the shopping list is.
yeah,
They're going to go talk to either their local guy or they're going to have the professional guys from Guitar Center come in. Now, if you go to Guitar Center right now, when this video's over, and you type in the words pro, customer service, pro, you go look at their contact us, they have a whole list of professional engineers that you can call anytime, day or night, just like Sweetwater. And these are all people, and they break them up. They give you the name of whoever's going on right now, and they break all these people up for you. So he's a DJ, and they even give you like 11 years DJ work, blah blah blah, works in a club, blah blah blah. This guy here, guitar or sound engineer, he works in this music studio, blah blah blah. These are all the people you can actually reach out and contact at any point in time and have a great conversation with. I mean, that's the impressive part.
well, that's
So I
cool.
mean, that's uh, it's amazing when you go on the website and you start exploring. Looking. Don't look at the stuff on top. That's all the buy. Scroll down to the very bottom, and there's all those little footnote tags, those little links at the bottom. Like where they're all titled, like this, that, shit. Contact us and all that.
Yeah,
Go down to the bottom and start clicking on those things. Click on all of them and see where they bring you. See what interesting shit opens up. And it's like, wow, this is like a whole new world of stuff in front of me. Yeah, no, I mean, everybody should do that. I mean,
yeah,
that's awesome. But I know somebody made the comment that like Guitar Center's like the Best Buy. Absolutely. Best Buy, by the way, has a Geek Squad, and they used to be much better than they are now. Now they're just basically glorified, TV installers. But I mean, they used to have really smart guys. Most of their guys have kind of moved on. But I mean, the same concept applies. Yes, everything you see in the four walls you walk in is a buy button. Buy. How can I help you buy something today? That used to be the tag word in Future Shop here in Canada. It's like, if I find you the right product at the right price, will you be buying today? And if the customer actually said no, no problem. My name's Bob. When you're ready to buy something, come look for me. Hey, you over there, are you going to buy something today? That would be the story. So, anyways, but yes, remember, just go look at the bottom of the websites, all of them, and see what all the other cool things they do. Do you have another question for me, or
yeah.
we were going to stop like half an hour with me, so I'm just yapping away.
Last but not least, we got 4 minutes. So you got 4 minutes to answer this one. If your gear could talk, what, you know me, I'm the king of the roast now for the DJ community. If your gear could talk, what piece of gear would roast you the hardest?
My gear could talk. What? Okay, that is controller.
Controllers.
That would be it. If I could roll back time. Roll back time. I would invest so much more time reading manuals
Yeah.
because I can work a controller. Like I can do pretty much what everybody else can do with a controller. My problem is that I had tables full of controllers,
Right.
and I had no time to get comfortable with them,
Yeah.
to really invest time with them because I was the guy selling them and all that kind of stuff. And people would come in and ask me, "Can you do this? Can I do that? Can you do this? Can I do this? How do I do this? How do I do that?" And I could answer all those things. But what that made me become when it came to DJ controllers was a mechanic at a NASCAR race. I can fix the car to go around the track 200 miles an hour. I can tell you how to drive the car around the track 200 miles an hour. But fuck it if I can actually drive the car around the track 200 miles an hour. I mean, I watch DJs, and it's funny. I think a wedding DJ, you watch those and they're distracted and they're still doing their DJ thing and they can make stuff and they can do stuff and people think, well, how come they don't do this? They don't do that. Well, it's because they're doing 10 fucking other things at the same time while grandma is talking to them over their shoulder,
Yeah.
asking them, saying, "Oh, that's a really nice thing. Can I get one of those for soda for the grandkids?" It's like, and then you see the guys are doing the big, big shows, and then they make it look so simple. Like all I do is, oh, wait, I'm gonna pull back the bass. Those. I'm gonna pull. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and then bring it back and drop it. Yeah, and then they spent like 3 months putting this shit together to make it look simple.
Yeah.
But and on a side note, this is a video from like 5-6 years ago before COVID. A bunch of the DJ guys on YouTube were at the show, NAM show or something like that. I'm not sure which one it was. And somehow they were all at the same place at the same time. And Pioneer guys were there. And the Pioneer guys, who were basically idiots, asked if the DJs that were there, if any of them wanted to come up and drop a set and show how the equipment works. And it's like, most of them didn't even have a USB stick with their music on it. The rest of them were like, it's not what we do. It's not, we don't sit there and mix 8 songs in 30 seconds to cut, and make some. We're wedding DJ players. We're not, that's not our thing. So, but it's like I'm going, how this type of Pioneer missed that. But anyways, but yeah, controllers. I wish I spent a lot more time actually playing with controllers, getting really good at controllers. I love them. And I like playing with them. I would just never do it in front of a camera because of the word expert in my title.
Yeah. I feel you there. Like, that's why I haven't reviewed any of them. I have about 6 controllers and I haven't reviewed a single one on my channel because there's so many other guys that have already done that. And there's so many features and I know I'll forget something or I'll say something wrong. And I'm like, I don't want to deal with that drama. Even the speaker reviews, I always say in my views, look, I'm just a dumb DJ. You guys, like, you do you. If you want to buy whatever you want to buy, that's fine. I'm not telling you what to buy. I'm just telling you my experience. And that's how.
That's it. I mean,
yeah.
and you know what, though? I watch a lot of people, and it's like, you know what? As long as you're being honest and what something you know or learn, you picked up on, or why you like something, that's all that matters. I always tell people the most important thing about doing anything is don't be shy to tell the company you want to send it back.
Yeah.
And it's like if you get something and it's shit, first of all, give them a chance. Assume that something went wrong in shipping. 2, if something doesn't work as somebody who's reviewing a product, if I'm, let's say, at a wedding and I set up 2 line arrays, we won't say what kind, but some really big ones next to some doors, and I might have been better off to face them maybe 30 degrees to the side, but I didn't do any of that, and I didn't contact the manufacturer, and then I played speakers to the point that they moved around the floor, and just thought that, some of the smartest engineers for the last 5 years fucked it up, didn't build a piece of speaker worth playing without talking to them and then putting that out there as content. I think is wrong. I think, that's the thing. It's like I found mistakes in manuals belonging to JBL who spent a ton of money. Do you think the first thing I did was make a video and say that? No. I called JBL and talked to them and said, I have a question, I have a problem, and how do I fix this?
Yeah. Hey, well,
What's
oh, I
what's
was my
this? What's
camera
this
was my camera was going out of focus. It was going out of focus.
Oh,
So
okay. Oh no, I was just going because by the way, you should tell everybody the fact that I have to talk to you through through a phone.
yeah. Yeah, we had a few technical difficulties here, guys. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, the DJ Troll's in the house finally. So he was having to listen to me through my cell phone. I got my phone here on the side. So it's kind of janky. I don't know. His mic, it seems like it was cutting in and out here and there. I'm sorry, guys. Like I said, this is my 3rd episode, so I wish I did Robin better justice with this, but hopefully you guys learned something out of that. Go check out his channel. Like I said, the guy's got over 400 videos. He's got tons of such great quality, great quality videos that will teach you a lot of things.
Yes,
and
if anybody asks, by the way, why I'm wearing sunglasses now when I do my videos,
yeah,
is that I've got 1,000,000 watts of light on me all the time. Even up, like I'm sleeping all the time. I'm 57 years old. Like I figure if I put sunglasses on, it doesn't hurt. And right now, I don't have to have much light on to do this. But when I'm doing product video stuff,
yeah,
I have a ton of light on the product so people can see the products, right? Because it's not about me; it's about the product. But when I'm looking at the camera, I'm staring into a huge amount of light. So now I just do that.
now he's too cool
This
for
also, by the
school.
way, this also does help, by the way. I'll give you a trick why a lot of people do it. So yeah, some people do it because of like little things that make you feel uncomfortable, and that's cool. I get that, and I appreciate that. I understand that, and then for them to say that that's why they wear it, big deal. But for a lot of other guys, if they go indoor outdoor just for continuity, but more importantly, it allows me to stare at the actual screen on the side of the camera while everybody thinks I'm still looking straight into the camera. Because you can tell. No.
Yeah,
Like here, I'm staring right in the camera, right? And everybody's watching this. Everybody knows I'm staring into the camera.
yeah.
But how many times have you watched somebody on YouTube and they're like that?
I'm
They're
sure
talking to you,
they've
and
been watching me this whole
and their
time.
eyes are over there,
Yeah,
and you could tell they're not looking at the camera, or they're distracted. Something they're trying to look at something over there, and it's like, when you have the glasses on, it doesn't happen. But again, I just, I used to make videos for like if you watch a 20-minute video of mine, you go, oh my God, I can't tell. And then you realize that there's actually probably 2.5 hours of video taken to make that video as good or as bad as you saw it,
yeah.
because you make mistakes, you do it over again, and you're staring into the lights the whole time. You basically get a headache after that. So I do it for you guys, and I wear sunglasses now because I just want to.
Yeah, why not, man? Why not? So, all right. Well, thank you guys for showing up tonight. Appreciate it. Next Wednesday, we will be back to our regularly scheduled program, I think. I don't have any other interviews set up yet. So, we'll be back to me talking shit about the other guys in the DJ community. So,
You can talk shit about me, man. You can talk shit about me.
I hope you guys are ready. So, yeah.
You gotta understand, you talk shit about me, I'll just talk right back. Okay.
So thanks for checking it out.
Obviously.
And everybody leave some love in those comments.
By the way. I just also want to thank everybody for taking the comments, because you know what? That's pretty impressive. By the way, uh, basically, James has now earned another 100 credits for this chat. So basically, it means, oh, by the way, something I want everybody to hear. Everybody to hear. This is very, 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 very important. Super important. This like I throw this out. If people can throw it my way, and it's not like subscribe to my channel, subscribe to yours. That's bullshit. This is very, very important. You could actually throw people cred. You could throw your cred around.
Yeah.
It is called. Here, I'm going to pull it up here so this way people understand. James, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about.
You talking about the hype feature?
Seen it yet? It basically
where you can
on your phone.
Where you hype?
Yes, hype. That's it. Hype. That's it. Hype. You gotta hype.
Yeah, you can
like somebody out there and you don't think they're getting enough views. You gotta hype them. You gotta. Yes, you gotta hype them. You gotta get them. You give away. You get some hypes for free. Amazingly enough, and the important thing is that hyping a small channel. If you hype, let's say, if you hype a big channel, it's gonna give them a small amount of credit. But if you hype James or you hype me, it gives us a lot of cred because we're a small channel. You're giving us a shout out. You get about 3 of these or 4 of these a month that you can divvy out amongst the people you think that deserves it at the right time. So if you think I deserve it, or if you think James deserves it, give him a cred. Give him give him that hype. You'll find it on your phone if you're on YouTube. And I hate to say that I have to explain where it is, but yeah, if you go on your phone, have you done this, James?
I've done it once. Yeah. I just found the
Did you
feature
do
the
it to
other
me?
day.
Did you do it to me? No, somebody did it to me.
I don't
And by the
remember.
way, somebody was nice enough to do it to me, and I honestly, my video was going up like it normally did. Somebody gave me a hype, and it just started going up faster. What it
Wow.
does is it shows the video to more people like you.
All right. Cool. Well,
So
yeah.
I'm talking about the person who hypes. Like if James hypes a video of mine, it'll show my video to more people that share James's personality, his like view habits and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So you find that you go to YouTube and you need it. They put it in the spots. Most people don't even know it's there. I'm gonna bring it up on the phone.
Yeah. I think you
Hopefully
slide
you
over in
can
the
see this.
comments. He's like, you slide it over.
Yeah. My phone is really because it's got to do so many things. Yes, if you hit your, it's up on the top side. It's on the top right hand side. It's where the screen pops open. I don't know why my phone is like just having a heart attack right now because I've got so much going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's in the top right hand, it's top left hand corner. It's when you extend the page where you get to see all the categories you never go look at. One of the options is going to be hype. It's there. You hype, that's a big deal. I mean, I appreciate everybody who comments, likes, and subscribes. Do it to James as often you can. I now taken on a new path where I used to stay quiet on people's channels. I'd watch as a silent watcher. So if you make videos, I would watch your videos and not say anything. But
Yeah.
I've decided, you know what? I see how much appreciation and how much I appreciate it, and I'm sure everybody does. When you get somebody like James that comes on and your video starts, and within like the first little while, you get this great happy joy pop up comment from somebody, and it's always beats everybody. Always James there, King doing his thing. Give me a cred on the actual thing. Um, Everybody appreciates that. So by all means, that's awesome. But at the same time, if you see something that absolutely deserves somebody's attention, deserves a break, somebody like, you know what, this guy needs a break. This guy needs somebody to give him some credit. Hype that video. Like I said, you don't have to do it to me. You don't even have to do James. So you know, it's your call. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, do it to somebody you think who deserves it. You're going to get reset every month, and you get 3 or 4 of these. So by all means, use it sparingly, and you'll make a great difference in somebody's video.
All
Anyways,
right. Well, yeah.
just
Well,
wanted to say.
hype up our videos. Look at this. I got to put my kids to bed. So again, I appreciate everybody coming out. Look at her, sweet girl. Say hi. So, anyways, yeah. Thank you for coming on, Robin, and we will get together
problem.
again. And it was great shooting the shit with you.
No problem. Make sure you give your son $2 there.
Yeah. All right. Man. Thank you.
Bye bye.